Hey guys, Movie Fan 356 here, continuing my Spider-Man series reviews. And if you guys have been keeping track, we are on Spider-Man 3. So Spider-Man 3 is once again directed by Sam Raimi, who directed the first two films. This one came out in 2007. It's starring Tobey Maguire, Kristen Dunst, James Franco, Rosemary Harris is back. But I didn't really talk about it in the first movie or in the second review. I talked about her in the first one though. But also J.K. Simmons is back, and you get new cast members in here like Topher Grace, Thomas Hayden Church. Yeah. What I think about Spider-Man 3 is this movie gets hated on a lot, and yeah, I know why exactly. This is a big hunk of crap. It is. But if you guys know like some of the behind the scenes stories and stuff, you can kind of understand why it turned out as bad as it did. But still, the plot of this movie is so Spider Man is now with Mary Jane, and they're finally together, and all of a sudden, this big thing from this big meteorite crashes down on Earth, and it's carrying a little symbiote. If you guys don't know, it's like this oozy black goo. Um, Comes from space, and it latches on to Peter, and becomes him dark, gives him a black suit and everything. And while he's becoming he's becoming a jackass, and that's essentially what the symbiote does. That's what it does. It's doing its job, but he's making Peter Parker into a jackass. Meanwhile, you got Flint Marko, who escaped from prison, and he gets into this fucking thing of he gets into this thing of sand, and I guess they're doing like experiments and shit over there, and he gets sand follicles into his body, and thus he becomes the Sandman. And while battling that, he also has his best friend Harry Osborn, who now knows Peter Parker is Spider-Man. He takes his father's Goblin gear, becomes the new Goblin, and tries to kill Spider-Man, but not before he loses his memory and he thinks him and Peter Parker are best friends again. And you also get Venom in this film. Well, actually, you get just a Black Carnage. Yeah, that's about it, really, and not even a cool version of it either. But anyway, yeah, all that stuff's going on. This movie's just got there's just too much going on here. Um, what I think about Spider-Man 3 is I hate this movie. I don't like it at all. I'm gonna try not to rant on this one too hard because I've already done some good rants within like the last week or so, and I don't. Okay, you guys want me to rant on this? If you want me to rant on this, please clap your hands. Okay, I heard a couple claps. I don't know if you're clapping or not, but I heard a couple claps. That might be from people outside or something. I don't know. Spider-Man 3, piece of garbage. And there's maybe one or two things in this film I actually don't mind at all. First off, Peter Parker got really whiny. I mean, he was whiny in 1 and 2 here and there, sure, but he turned really whiny in this film. And Kristen Dunst, I've always hated her as Mary Jane. I hate her even more in this one. James Franco, I said I liked as Harry Osborn. I think he kicks ass as the new Goblin. He's not evil for long. He's not. He's evil, and then he loses memory, then he gets his memory back, then he's evil for like 5 minutes, and then he becomes a good guy. And no, I wanted him to be evil the entire time. Except for maybe like the last 5 minutes of the movie, and he could be like, "I'm sorry," kind of thing. I don't care. Topher Grace is Eddie Brock, aka Venom, who, if you guys don't know, Peter Parker gets the symbiote off of him. He gets rid of it finally after realizing he's become much of a jackass. He's doing things he realizes that he doesn't like, and the symbiote latches itself onto Eddie Brock, becoming Venom. And Venom just wants to destroy Spider-Man because he knows Peter Parker is Spider-Man, and Spider-Man's kind of taking his job and taking his girlfriend Gwen Stacy, which What a terrible casting choice is Gwen Stacy. Are you kidding me? What was her name? I'll know it when I see it. Hang on, what is it? Bryce Dallas Howard, which I think she can be a good actress. She's done good movies. She's done good roles. Gwen fucking Stacy, though. In the comic books, Peter Parker dated Gwen Stacy before Mary Jane, but when they did the first movie and they decided just to take on Mary Jane, I'm like, that's fine. Okay, that's his iconic true love. You know, that's the iconic love interest. I'm okay that you're decided just to skip right over the Gwen Stacy thing and head on right into Mary Jane. I was fine with that, even though I don't like the actress playing her. I think she's terribly cast or terribly. Yeah, I can't even speak right. Um, but Bryce Dallas Howard is Gwen Stacy. Oh my god! Now I don't really know if that was Bryce Dallas Howard's fault, because this script was shitty, and what they make her do in this film is terrible. Rosemary Harris, she's fine as Aunt May. She was never really one of the weaker points of the movie. I don't think. Uh, yeah, I just J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson, perfect. At least he's still the same. He's perfect. I don't know. I want to rant on this film, but I have to be realistic here. This is the third film Sam Raimi, the third Spider-Man film that Sam Raimi did, and I don't think he did anything else in between. I think he did Spider-Man 1, finished it, wrapped it up, immediately started on 2. Same thing. Finished 2, got it all ready to get out, into theaters, then immediately started on 3. He didn't really have a break from Spider-Man, and he lost his touch when it came to Spider-Man. So I'm glad they canceled Spider-Man 4 and we got the reboot instead, because he just stayed on this Spider-Man project for too long, and I think it shows a lot in this film. And so yeah, Topher Grace as Venom. Now, if you could, I don't know how true this is, but apparently, if you look into the backstory of Venom in Spider-Man 3, Sam Raimi did not want to do Venom. He's like, I don't want Venom in the movie, but then the Sony executives were like, put Venom in, people are going to love Venom. Venom's iconic character. This is the third movie in, you haven't done Venom yet, put Venom in there. So they shoehorned him in at the end of the film. And you could tell that Sam Raimi didn't even want to put him in. Now, if that's true, it definitely shows in the film that Sam Raimi did not want Venom in the film. And it wasn't even Venom. Like I said, it just reminded me of just a black Carnage who wasn't even as anywhere near cool. Yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about Spider-Man 3. The score by Danny Elfman is still good. Well, actually, Danny Elfman doesn't even do the score. The original theme is in here, but it's altered, and Christopher Young is doing the score in this film. And the score is even crap, aside from the original stuff that Danny Elfman did in the first 2 movies that they just kept in. Peter and Mary Jane's relationship, and we're the third movie in, and I haven't really touched on these in the first 2 reviews. I just don't buy them together. I mean, I know Mary Jane and Peter Parker, they're iconic together, but Mary Jane was terribly miscast. Peter Parker was really, really whiny in this film. And in all 3 films, actually, I just don't see any chemistry between the 2. I don't see them together. It's just, I don't care about them, really. I cared about Peter Parker in the first 2 movies. I don't care about him in this one all that much. That having been said, I'm going to give Spider-Man 3 because of the fact that I did like James Franco as the new Goblin. I just wish he would have been in it more as the Goblin and not just a couple minutes as the Goblin. But he was there, and when he was there, he kind of kicked ass. J.K. Simmons is perfect again. I think those are the only 2 things I can give this movie. Let's talk about Thomas Hayden Church as Flint Marko, a.k.a. the Sandman. I thought he did his job. He was terribly written. They wrote him so terribly. I just said he was terribly written. But the acting, I thought, was the acting from Thomas Hayden Church was actually okay. I didn't hate his acting. I just hated what they made him do in the movie, and I hate the script and the direction and all that. Let's see. What else can we talk about here? I think we're about done. Oh, the fact that spoilers, Flint Marko, aka the Sandman, was the one who killed Uncle Ben, and the guy they chased down in the beginning was just in the first movie was just an accomplice. It's like, why did you do this? The Sandman's a cool villain, and you just kind of screwed him all up with that. Venom was awesome. You screwed him up. Yeah, there's this movie. I wanted to rant on this movie so much harder than what I ended up doing, but it's a terrible film. I do not recommend Spider-Man 3. Watch 1 and 2, and that's all you need to watch. You don't need to know. Just pretend that Spider-Man 3 never happened. That being said, there are a couple things I do like about it. Like I said, J.K. Simmons, James Franco as the new Goblin. I just wish there was more new. I wish there was more Goblin, but when he was there, he kicked ass, I thought. And for those two reasons, I'm gonna have to give this movie a D minus. It is crap. I want to give it an F so bad, but those two things stop me from giving it an F. Just like Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, there was like two small things about that movie that I liked that made it change from an F to a D minus. Terrible film. Never watched Spider-Man 3. Guys, I think I pretty much know the answer to this question, but what do you guys think of Spider-Man 3? Comment down below and let me know, and that's all I can say for today. I'll see you guys in the next video.